you will become calm. In reality, all that happens after you achieve everything you've been dreaming of is a simply shift into a different state of being. You will become calmer, lighter, more confident, and more relaxed. And this new state is the only indicator for your body that you have actually reached your goal. If you don't learn how to exist in a light, calm, and relaxed state, you will never reach any of your goals. Why? Because the goal is exactly where you need to start from within. First, in your state of mind. And if you don't know how to experience the state of your ultimate goal, your desired situation, your point B, call it whatever you want, you will never get there. But don't worry, in this video I will tell you how to start being calmer, how to stop having anxiety, worry less, and spend more time in a relaxed, light, and confident state. And to start, I want to expand a bit on what I just said. Everything that happens after you achieve your goals and desires is just a new state of mind. You will simply feel different. Like in reality, everything you want right now is just a craving for the new state, like to feel more confident, lighter, more relaxed, less anxiety, and etc. And you think that money, your partner, leveling up your career, growing your business, or getting more followers will bring you that confident, light, relaxed, and calm state. You think that when you have a 6-month financial emergency fund, you will like feel safer, calmer, and more secure. When you have your dream relationship, you will feel like more loved, accepted, and cared for. And when your career hits probably the level you want, you will feel more confident, professional, and powerful. And that is it. The only thing that actually changes is your internal state. And the skill of managing your state is absolutely necessary to get where you want to be. Your state generates your thoughts. Your thoughts generate your decisions, and your decisions generate your actions. Your actions create the environment and the reality around you. And then this reality, like and environment, dictate your state, which again dictate your thoughts. It's a vicious cycle, and you need to start with the biggest domino, your state of being. And as long as you are in an anxious, constantly worried, stressful state, you will have corresponding thoughts, make corresponding decisions, take corresponding actions, and create a corresponding reality around you. You don't need to start by changing the outside world. You need to start by changing your inside world. You can never run away from yourself. Just remember this quote. You can move to a new city, you can open a new business, you can do whatever you want, but you will have the exact same problems because you brought the root cause of this problem with you. It is yourself. And what is the point of achieving your goal? Moving to a new place, making new income, finding new friends, relationship, or something like that if you are going to feel exactly the same way. Yes, the scenery around you will change, but what's the point of the new scenery if it doesn't give you what you truly want and your state of mind? So state is the cause and the effect in our lives. What we do every single day affects our state, and then that state becomes the cause of the effects in our lives. So we need to work on our state, keep it in a constant focus, and remember it always, because it creates the outcomes. It creates our actions, our circumstances, our relationships with other people, our productivity, and so on, the whole life. And to radically change your life for the better, you need to understand one very simple truth. Everything new and everything good is born out of calmness. There is a great verse in the Bible, be still and know that I am a God. This is probably the greatest quote I have ever heard in my life. And when you are in a state of stillness, when you are grounded, when nothing is making you anxious, and you aren't stressing over anything, you are just calm. It is like perfectly still water with no waves. In this state, you can look calmly and objectively and at the things happening in your whole life, and you can look at the causes, the people, the circumstances, your problems, your struggles, and your worries, and you can look at them with a cool head like a scientist and say, I'm not satisfied with this, I'm not satisfied with that, I'm satisfied, I would like to manifestate this into my life and I'm grateful for it, and etc. Okay, so this needs to be changed, and this can be fixed, this can be easily improved, and you can only Do this when you are calm. When you are calm and not just reacting, you can evaluate things, fix what doesn't work, and like be grateful for what does. But when you are in constantly anxious, worried state, you're just reacting. Everything pisses you off, angers you, annoys you. You're scared, you're stressing, you're shaking. Everything inside you tightens up. So how can you possibly create something great, something interesting, something beautiful in such an unsettled state? How can you create something that will change your life and the lives of other for the better? It is incredibly difficult. Your state gives birth to your ideas, like even thoughts, even decisions, even actions, and etc. So you create the corresponding output before you change anything. You need to get into a steady, calm state, because if you aren't in it, you're going to make a mess of things, and you will make stupid mistakes that you never would have made if you were calm. And I want to remind you once again, be still and know the time of God. God is a reflection of the limitless universal potential and the scale of all existence. Personally, I conceptualize everything that exists as a God, like nature, breath, trees, my clothes, I wear, a bird, a tree, a house, absolutely everything. When you are in a state of calmness, you realize that you are a part of all this. Okay? So you realize you are not just a separate, isolated machine walking around, spending like 7 days a week just consuming, sleeping, eating, working, making money, grinding. You realize you are a part of a massive, perfectly functioning mechanism. And that gives you the first key to your calmness, the realization that you are not alone in this world, the realization that you are always connected to this world. You were born in it, you will die in it, your body will return to the soil, create compost, and that compost will fertilize the trees. Fruits will grow, birds will eat those fruits, everything is interconnected, I would say. It is a cycle, everything circulates, moves, and constantly changes, and you are a part of this grand process. If you view yourself as a separate, you will stress and get anxious over nothing, fearing that tomorrow might not come, the next moment might not happen, or that you might die in any second. So if you view yourself as a separate, you will stress and get anxious over nothing, fearing that tomorrow might not come, the next moment might not come, you may die in a second, and you could be driving car one second and dead at the next. And you need to realize the nature of things. You're not alone. You're not with everything. Everything circulates, moves, and changes you. Changes like the whole world, I would even say. And you are like only the part of it. You might feel like you aren't growing, but you are growing regardless, because everything in nature moves, changes, develops, and evolves. And since you are a part of that, you are automatically growing and evolving. And you might worry that you lack something. Just look at the birds, look at the trees, look at the animal, look at the plants, look at the whole nature. Everyone has enough, everyone grows, everyone eats, everyone is nourished. We often stress out because fundamentally we feel like we are getting closer to death, but the reality is, in our modern lives, we don't actually face death very often. Back in the day, we could walk out of a cave to hunt and never come back because, predators would kill us. Uh, but today we have safe homes, food in abundance, and our people around us, and yet we still feel an immense amount of stress. Most people are walking around in depressive, anxious, borderline states. Therefore, the lives of most people, unfortunately, are not in the best shape. And to change that, you first need to reach, first of all, reach the state of calmness. So just peace. Peace is when nothing is moving. Peace is when there are no waves. Peace is when there is no stimulation, no motivation. We have become entirely too accustomed to stimulation. We can't just sit for 2 minutes and stare at a wall. We can't watch ants. We can't look at the sun, at the trees. Such a beautiful weather today. We constantly need something while we eat. We need our phone, YouTube, or to reply to somebody on social media. While we communicate in the subway, in a car, or Uber, we need a podcast, or music. While we sit at home in the evening, we need a TV show or movie playing. We can just sit down and journal. We have unlearned how to do boring things. We have unlearned how to be in a silence, in peace, and boredom. Boredom is a reflection and a direct ally of calmness. Boredom is a peace. Nothing is distracted you. There is like absolutely nothing, just boredom. But if you avoid boredom, if you constantly plug yourself up with bright, intensive stimulation, loud music, always eating with your phone, always needing to do something because you can just sit and do nothing for even 10 minutes, you start doing things just for the sake of doing them. In those moments, you resort of degrading habits, adult content, video gaming, bad habits, fast foods, etc., 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 all because you are just bored and need a dopamine hit. And you have to understand that 99% of people right now live in the state of a constant simulation. If you don't want to be like 99% of people, you need to learn to love boredom. Learn to love peace. Learn to love boring things. Stop frying your dopamine receptors. And paradoxically, when you stop frying your dopamine receptors, you actually start enjoying boring things. This is like paradox, I would say. And it is exactly these boring things that improve your life in the long run. They might not bring massive pleasure in the moment, of course, but long term, they level up your whole life. Going to the gym, reading a book, writing in a journal, meditating, doing the tedious work that you've been putting off for a long time. It is boring, but you need it. You do it, and it leads to long-term progress. That progress takes your life to a new level, allows you to make more money, build better relationships, and become a calmer and way more confident than you were before. But if you avoid boredom, you avoid peace first of all. You choose a highly stimulated state, and by choosing that state, you automatically reject boredom. Peace and the very things that will become like that will improve your life long term. Here is the catch. Dopamine receptors build tolerance. They build dull. If you used to eat one cookie a day, a month from now you will need like two cookies, and a month after that three. Your dopamine receptors constantly demand a new level. Dopamine operates on a baseline level. You get a spike. Let's say you watch a video, you hit a peak, the video ends, and you drop back to the baseline. The higher and the sharper the peaks, the higher your baseline becomes. So simple things like meditation just don't reach that baseline anymore. You don't do it because you find it probably boring, probably uninteresting, probably something like that, and your brain has a database of all the actions and activates that bring it pleasure. So watching adult content, masturbating, reading, walking, and your brain has a database of all the actions and activities that bring it pleasure. So watching adult content, masturbating, reading, working out, it is all the same feeling cabinet. When you get bored and have nothing to do, your brain opens that cabinet and says, all right, what can we do today to stimulate ourselves? No, I'll go to watch adult content, I'll go to eat some junk food. Boom, that is it. What happens when your dopamine receptors become exhausted? Doing it once a day isn't enough anymore. Eating just food twice a week isn't enough anymore. You start consuming more, and then your body doesn't know where else to get stimulation. How else can we stimulate ourselves? And that's when a new level of stimulation appears. Problems in your life. When your brain stops getting a high from cheap external stimulation like bad habits, music, junk food, adult sites, video games, and etc., I won't list it down right now, it results to creating hardship. Because hardships create emotional roller coasters in our lives. Up, down, up, down, bad, good, bad. suffer, enjoy. You create an addiction to house and difficulty in your own life. The high and the suffering, that contrast creates an addictive pool, and you get sucked into problems. And that is exactly what happened into my life, because I spent like probably 2, probably even 3 years just roller coasting from suffering um, to enjoying, to from peak to low, from pain to greatness, and etc. And I didn't have any stability in my life, and that the only like reason of that was only my dopamine, first of all. uh, and as you know, absolutely nothing good gets born from uncalmness state, I would say. So everything good is born from a calm, steady state. When you are bored, you don't go to the bathroom to jack off and drain your energy. You go to do real things. You engage in creativity. You draw. You make sales calls for your business. Or you probably even apply for jobs online. You actually do something productive out of boredom. The difference between successful and unsuccessful people is what they do when they are bored. When a successful person is bored, they might go for a run, walk out, build their business, sell or create, and an unsuccessful person will go to watch movies, even with watch adult content, junk food, eat garbage, and etc. And we all get bored something like I would say, черт, перезаписываем. А вырежи просто, да, сейчас сделаем. And we all get bored sometimes. Sooner or later, it happens to all of us. Like there are moments when we just have nothing to do. You have a few options to go. You can like go simulate yourself like you usually do. You can see it in the boredom. And we all get bored sometimes. Sooner or later, it happens to all of us. And there are moments when we just have nothing to do. You have a few options. You can go simulate yourself as you always do. And you can sit in the boredom, do absolutely nothing, and stare at the wall. Or the third option, probably go to the things that are less stimulating but actually bring you long-term value and success. Probably journal, probably meditate, probably do your work tasks, and etc. Whatever you do, by training yourself to love peace, and boredom, you learn to love calmness, lightness, and relaxation. You want to achieve all your goals because you think you will become more confident, light, relaxed, and calm. But what is the point if you aren't acting that way right now? If you aren't in this state right now, doesn't feel like self-deception, thinking once I achieve this, then I'll be calm. Once I make this money, then I will be in this state. Once I get that, then I will feel it. You're waiting for the outside world to change first. You are waiting for validation from the world, but the world will never prove anything to you first. You have to be in a state of calmness before the world gives you the circumstances to be calm. You need to be calm in the minds of house. You need to be calm when everything externally is chaotic. You need to find comfort when externally there is a discomfort. You need to be kind when the world seems cruel to you. You need to be relaxed when everything is telling you to rush. You need to stop reacting and start acting proactively. Respond with awareness and by choice. Don't just freak out because a fly landed on you. Like, stupid fly, don't lose it because someone honked at you in traffic. No, you need to start acting differently. To change your life, you need to become the person you haven't been yet and act in ways you haven't acted before. Makes sense, right? Otherwise, you are just going to get the exact same results. You can no longer operate the way you used to. And you have to start being a different person and doing different things to achieve different new results. If you want to stop being anxious and afraid, you need to start doing things and being the kind of person who exists in a state of calm. Start meditating, start with 5 minutes, set a timer for 5 minutes, sit down and do absolutely nothing. Don't move, don't simulate yourself. Your nose will itch, the back of your head will itch. You will like want to take a deep breath, swallow, look around, worry if someone walked into the room. 5 minutes timer, close your eyes, do not move, just sit and observe. Your body will want to fidget, squirm and feel uncomfortable. Observe that craving for stimulation. Your body wants constant stimulation that starts giving it less. Start eating without your phone. Start and like focus entirely on your food. Start meditating. I highly recommend starting with 5 minutes practice and gradually like increasing it step by step. Don't rush. If you keep it up for a year, you will be incredibly grateful for yourself when you made the decision. And that is much better than doing two 30-minute sessions and then quitting for the rest of your life and remembering it as a bad dream. So start taking walks out without your phone for like for you even from time to time. Just step outside for half an hour in the morning or in the evening after work, after school, or before you start your day. Just go outside, listen to birds, soak in the sunlight. So get that dose of serotonin, breathe some fresh air, think, just digest your thoughts. You have this constant overthinking in your head, constantly feeling like you need to be doing something, tearing yourself apart because you aren't digesting these thoughts. You need to process the thoughts spinning inside you 24/7. You need to actually think them through because otherwise they just pile up in the database, and that is why when overthinking happens. Start processing your thoughts. Start journaling. Start with just one sentence as a start, two sentences. Just do it. Pair it will something you already enjoy. Pair it with your morning coffee. Pair it with your evening routine, probably in a hot shower. Introduce simple rituals that allow you to find calmness along with yourself. Start working out. Highly recommended, like highly recommended activity. Like do it regularly, 4 to 5 times a week. It doesn't have to be an hour and a half. It just make a fitness regular habit. Unload your body, be in your body, and if you think about it, the state of here and now, the state where you aren't thinking about the future and you aren't dwelling on the past, is the state of being physically in your body. When you are in your body, you are focused on its physical boundaries. You are, and also highly recommended, start working out actively and regularly, 4 to 5 times a week. It doesn't have to be an hour and a half. Just make fitness and regular habit. Unload your body, be in your body. If you think about it, the state of here and now, the state where you aren't thinking about the future and you aren't dwelling on the past, is the state of being physically in your body. When you are in your body, you are focused on its physical boundaries. You are right now, right here. Why do so many meditation techniques tell you to focus on your breath or physical sensations? Because you're looking into the present moment, letting go, like letting go of the future, letting go of the past, and existing now. And the now is always peaceful. The now is, like, I would say, always flow even. So start living in your body. Go to sauna, take contrast showers, train intensely, play soccer, play paddle, play tennis, play volleyball, play basketball. Just rest, meditate, relax. So many things to do with your body, and that's gonna boost you as fuck. Take hot bath with candles. I've just remembered this is really good. Just do the things that relax you and bring you peace. First of all, listen to calming music. Interact with your body. Stop listening to the thumping bass of those rappers bragging out who they smash, how cool they are for smoking, how super successful they are. Achieve your own success. Stop listening to how others are achieving it, because your life isn't waiting. Your life is passing by every second, every minute, every hour, and it's disappearing forever. Every second, every minute, and hour of your life is slipping away and will never return. Those hours are gone, unfortunately, but actually fortunately I would say, because we live in the present and we are all varying and time counting down, and as long as this countdown timer is ticking, there will be uncertainty in your life. Understanding this, there will never be a moment when it all just stops. All your problems vanish, and everything becomes perfectly peaceful. No, there is day and there is night. There is hot and there is cold. There is like good, there is bad, and there is warmth and there is freezing cold. Everything changes. There are polarities in this three dimensional part, like reality, and there will never be an absolute absence of problems. There will be good times and there will be bad times, while stripes and black stripes, we polarize things, but life just happens. To start being calm amidst the uncertainty, you need to find certainty within the uncertainty. And what is the only certainty and uncertainty? It is you. You are the only one who can become the certainty in the uncertainty. Self trust, self confidence, a solid foundation. You give yourself your what and you keep it. Even when tough situations arise, things completely out of your control, you will be infinitely calmer because you know you can really rely like on yourself, believe in yourself, and trust in yourself. If every time you say you are going to do something or wake up at a certain time you fail to do it, if you say starting tomorrow, starting next week, starting next Monday, I'm going to eat healthy, and then you quit on a day one, what kind of self-trust is that? What kind of confidence, what kind of internal certainty? You don't even trust yourself, you can't be sure you of yourself, so the world definitely can be sure of you either. Again, the world will never prove anything to you. People aren't going to walk up to you and say, I believe in you, you are going to make it. No. For a very, very long time, you will be the only person standing in an empty room giving yourself a standing ovation. You have to be that person for yourself for a very long time, probably. Yeah, probably. Yes, that is okay. And no one will root for you. No one will vote for you. You have to vote for yourself. You have to believe in yourself, and to do that, you need to start trusting yourself, be the certainty in the uncertainty. Um, like a year goes by, things change, different events happen, but you stick to the same routine and the same schedule, the same diet, the same discipline. You stick to it. You keep the promises made to yourself. That builds certainty inside the whole uncertainty. As uncertainty happening around, you will feel incredibly calm in uncomfortable situations. They will inevitably happen, and you need to learn how to handle them. You will handle them if you have yourself to lean on. Build that internal core, build that internal foundation. The foundation and core you work on today will work for you tomorrow when stressful situation hit. If you are in a stressful situation right now, just imagine and think about how you will feel when this stressful situation is over, when it's gone, when it like vanishes. You are lacking sometimes right now. Imagine how you will feel when you finally have it. If you have relationship problems right now, imagine that the problem is completely resolved. How would you feel? Answer that simple question. How would you feel? Just how would you feel? Now start feeling that way right now. Right now. This doesn't mean the problem will magically disappear. No. But you are putting yourself into a state where you will navigate through that problem much easier. Because you will have a different state, different thoughts, different decisions, and different actions. You will react to reality differently. Instead of impulsively stressing and worrying, you can sit down, relax, close your eyes, and just visualize the situation playing out in a way that brings you peace. If you are having relationship issues, visualize your partner walking up to you, hugging you, kissing you. If you lack money, visualize yourself receiving that money. Put yourself in a relaxed, calm state. The brain does not distinguish reality from imagination, and it will give you the exact feeling and emotion you want to experience. That's it. So, that is how you reach a steady, calm state, a state from which you operate much more effectively. Calmness, relaxation, lightness, and confidence are the reflections of everything you want to get out of life. As soon as you get those things, that is how you feel. So why not start feeling this way right now? And that is kind of paradox. By starting to feel that way right now, you will have those things much faster. And you will stop being reality's bitch, waiting for handouts from the outside world. You will become it inside yourself. You will take total responsibility for everything that's happening in your life. You will stop waiting for someone to prove your worth, for someone to accept you, believe in you, love you, like, or hand you money. No, you start being all of that inside, and by being it on the inside, you create the conditions for the internal to reflect in the external through your new reactions to reality, to people, to events, and through the actions that will ultimately put everything you see around you in perfect order. Thanks you for watching this video, champ. I hope it was valuable to you, and that you start becoming calmer. And if you want my personal help to become calmer, more relaxed, and more confident, so you can achieve any results in your life, send me a DM on my Instagram or in Telegram in the link in the description, and we will work together one-to-one. Or also make sure to click the link in the description to join my Discord server. As always, I'm confident we are on the same path.